Let us begin our exploration of Microsoft Office 365 by looking back in time a little bit. I think it's important to understand where the Microsoft products come from and where they are attempting to go in the near future. First, let's look at the iterations of the Office products. As we know, Outlook is part of a suite of products commonly referred to as Office. The reason why it's called Office is because these are the tools that you use in your office to become productive. As we see on the right hand side of the screen, major updates to the Office product started in 1995 and progressed through today and potentially 2021. Now, Microsoft, during its iterations here, kind of moved the ball when marketing to different markets. For example, they would have education market, a small business market, enterprise, standard, professional. They named those variations of their product a little bit differently depending on what year it was. So for example, if you had a home edition in 2003, you might have a standard edition in 2013. So with each one of these iterations of the Office product, you pretty much got Outlook, Word, Excel, PowerPoint. And within that, you may or may not have certain functionalities turned on or off depending on which one. But the overall gist of the Office products is that they all look pretty much the same from year to year. The interface looks the same. So that's kind of what's going on. So what we also have to remember is what was happening through the iterations is that Microsoft was also updating its operating systems. So while it may be technically feasible to be running an Office 03 on your Windows 10, it probably doesn't work very well. But the key to this is that you installed a product on your computer with the CD-ROM. So let's talk about that a little bit. But first, let's talk about what Outlook is. Outlook is a software package that is part of the Office suite. So when it gets confusing is that it is most commonly associated with email. Well, yes, but there's also other components of Outlook, and that is basically we can summarize that is it's a group of tools that help you become more productive, and those tools are email, calendar, task, contacts, people. So basically Outlook is a package of little apps that helps you become more productive in your daily work life. So as we take a step back and understand how products were distributed, well, as you recall way back when, you installed them with a floppy disk or a CD-ROM, and it was installed on your hard drive. And these products were not really integrated with the cloud internet, so they were standalone products that worked independently. You bought one and that was it. But with 365, Microsoft is considering that cloud compatible, considering it also has artificial intelligence, which means it can think for you. So what it breaks down to is that it offers a browser-based and a client install. And it is so much more Office is than Word, PowerPoint, Excel, and Outlook. So Office 365 has grown from those four basic products into a whole swarm of products. So what does 365 mean? Well, I'm no marketing genius, but I believe that if they could have gone with 24/7 365, they would have. So basically what that means is that you can use Outlook as an installed application on your computer or via web interface on any device with little functionality difference. The key that Microsoft, I believe, is looking for is collaboration, because you can work from home, you can work from your phone, you can work from your tablet. Basically, Microsoft is giving you an option to work in a cloud-based environment or on your desktop environment. A couple little things came along that made Microsoft think that, in my opinion, and that is Google and the internet. Most of the students nowadays are raised on what is a Google Classroom. They use Google Works, which is essentially the Microsoft version of their suite. So Microsoft figures that maybe we better be offering something for the cloud version as well as our traditional client-based markets. So what is 365 compared to your numbered versions of Office? Well, 365 is subscription based. In other words, you pay Microsoft yearly to have access to all of these applications. You can also, once you purchase it, you can install it on multiple systems. I believe you can install onto 5 different systems. With 365, you get all these internet add-ons that you don't get with the Microsoft 19, for example. With 365, it's always up to date, and they require that your suite is connected to the internet. But as I have stated, you could also install this on your client as well as run a version of Word or Outlook from a web browser. So that is where the real kicker is with 365. Now when we're talking about Microsoft Office 19, it's a one-time purchase. You buy either the media or the download. They give you an activation key, so the next time you purchase it for a single use, you have to buy the next version of Office, which could be 21. So when you buy a numbered version, you are not necessarily connected to the internet, but it's a one-time purchase. Now, to confuse you even more, when I'm looking at the Microsoft Office suite online, this is what I see. And as I click on the All Apps, I get all of these. Now, it's extremely confusing because I just want my basic Office. I don't even know what these are. And as you can tell, the Outlook, the calendar, the task, and your people are all part of it. So, but Outlook is listed separately. But wait, I'm not done confusing you yet. Here's the default view of your client version, the version that is on your computer. So I have installed the Microsoft Office product, and there you see my Outlook icon. And here's a calendar, but that doesn't say Microsoft Outlook calendar. But if I click down, there's a mail icon. So what's going on here? So it's extremely confusing when you're thinking Microsoft Outlook, Office, and mail, email, and all of that. So one is part of the Office suite, one is part of the operating system. But Outlook ties into the operating system. So again, it's extremely difficult to try to keep straight, but for the most part, when we're talking about Outlook, we'll be talking about the Outlook email, not the email that is included with the Microsoft Office product. So here's other things we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about Outlook, which is basically the email package in this picture. We'll be talking about the calendar, your task, and the people and or your contacts. Or for you that remember, that's basically Rolodex. So for our purpose, Outlook is email, calendar, task, and contacts or people. So with that little bit of information in your back pocket, let us begin our journey on exploring Microsoft Office 365.